Okay, let's do our warm-ups and a little back work today. So feet hip width apart, toes straight ahead, sitting bones toward the floor, shoulders back and down, round to the ceiling. Get your core activated with those ribs toward your spine and feel that supporting your back. And shoulders relaxed. Reach your crown toward the ceiling, just feel that spine lengthen. And then inhaling, bring your arms to shoulder level. Stretch out through the fingertips. Exhale, hands to your heart. Stretch to the front, keep your shoulders down. And then bring your hands behind you. Clasp the fingers just gently and press them toward the floor, lifting your heart. Stretch your head back, spread out your toes, lengthen through the whole spine. And then exhale over. Pivot from the hips. Bring your hands up and your head down. And just take a moment there and breathe. Move your chin and get that neck released. Hands toward your head for those shoulders. And then bending your knees just slightly, work your way back all the way to the top and lift your heart. Shoulders down and head back. Again, a nice upper body back bend, lengthening through the whole back of your body while you're in the back bend. And then inhale to the top, release your arms. Feel what's going on as that energy increases. And again, arms to shoulder level, hands to your chest, stretch to the front, and clasp your hands behind you, just gently, opposite finger outside. And again, lengthen into the back bend, stretch, lifting your heart, and then lead with your heart over as you pivot. Arms toward the ceiling and head toward the floor. Just release any tension. You can keep your knees bent if your legs are bothering you, or straighten them and lift the sitting bones a little bit more if you want. And then once more, wind your way to the top, lift your heart, and another back bend. Take a breath, just reaching out through the top of your head. And when you're ready, inhale to the top, back into mountain pose. And again, just pause doing that yoga internal perspective, noticing your body's response. Now let's keep one arm down, the other arm out, palm toward the ceiling, hand above your shoulder. Keep everything facing forward, spread the toes, and lean over to the side, no twist, no leaning forward. So feel those ribs stretch and just keep reaching out through your head and your fingertips as you press the foot you're leaning away from down a little bit more and maximize that stretch. Inhale up and release. And for the other side, arm out, palm toward the ceiling, hand above your shoulder. Stretch the arms away from each other as you lean straight to the side, no twist. And breathe. Maximize it as much as you like on this side. Feel what's going on through that whole rib and side of your body. Keep breathing, lengthening. And then inhale again up and release into mountain pose. Take a moment, spread your toes, stretch your spine apart for a twist. Arms at shoulder level, palms toward the ceiling, hands above your shoulders, clasp your elbows. Spread your toes out, sink evenly into your feet, and stretch the spine apart. Exhale and turn for your twist. Take a breath. And exhale over, keeping the weight on both feet as much as you can. Arms by your ears. Lift the sitting bones if you want to. And just relax your whole back of your body. And then staying in your twist, work your way back slowly up and into the upper body for your back bend. Remember, always gentle on the low back, especially in the twists. Elbows back, chest high, and don't forget to breathe. Inhale to the top, exhale around to the center and switch your arms around. Stretch up, sitting bones down, and twist to the other side. Another breath. And exhale over in the twist. Take a few breaths there again, just releasing in that twist forward bend. Keep those weight on both feet as evenly as you can. Keep breathing. Keep your arms by your ears. And then in an inhalation, work your way up and into the back bend. And again, lift the heart high and keep that low back just gently, not compromised. And again, elbows bent, chest high, shoulders down. And then inhale upright, exhale around to the center. Extended mountain with those hands high, but the shoulders still down. Feel your head reaching up. And then swan dive forward. Get everything stretched out and drop into ragdoll. Just hang or pull in deeper with your hands behind your legs if you like that. Stretch on your back. And then release the arms to the front. And again, just from the bottom of the spine, slowly winding up. And the shoulders up, back, and down, and into mountain pose. As you get back there, just take a moment again, focusing inward, noticing what your body is doing. And keeping that stretch on your spine, let's just swing gently one side to the other. So follow your hands to each end of the circuit. Keep the feet planted as much as feels comfortable. Keep the weight on both sides as evenly as you can. And just maybe as your spine gets a little bit easier in that rotation, go maybe a little bit farther to look toward whatever's behind you. And then back to the center. And again, just notice how your body is today, what it's doing through that whole spine area as that energy gets stimulated, circulation increasing. And let's do the backstroke and swimming for the shoulders. And then our favorite side stretch, Roxy. Stretch up on one side, coming up on the opposite toes with the heel lifted. So that side you're stretching, foot stays flat, and you get that rib area really stretching apart. Exhale that side down. Inhale the other one. Again, just lengthen it, feel what's going on through your whole stretch. And release. Inhale up. Let's clasp the fingers together and press the bottoms or the palms of your hands toward the ceiling. Shoulder blades down. And then keeping the hands pushing away, pivot at your hips. Keep your arms by your ears and come perpendicular to the floor, so that your whole body is just a 90-degree angle. And then inhale back up. And clasp the fingers the opposite way, so shift them over one position and press them away again. Shoulders still down toward your waist. And again, pivoting at your hips, arms by your ears, pivot forward. Stretching out. And drop into ragdoll. Slide your hands up under your knees, press into your shins, just gently. Everything straight. And knees, elbows, and spine. Stretch it out again, lengthening your spine. And then bend your knees and come all the way into our floor transition, coming into child's pose. So hips on your heels, forehead toward the floor, knees together for a good low back stretch if you want it. And relax, hands, palms up next to your feet. Take a breath, just let that whole back of your body really stretch out. Take a few breaths, just exhaling and relaxing. And then bring your arms to the front, to the sides of the mat with your hands. Pivot up, slide your feet back. Drop your hips down, roll your whole body onto your belly and head to the side, hands, palms up at your sides, shoulders down, and rest in crocodile. Take a breath. Just relax there. And after a breath or two to one side, turn your head as you exhale to the other side. So you work the neck area evenly both sides. Take a breath, just relax. And then bring your forehead to the floor. Cross your hands or your arms across your low back, clasp near your elbows. And just let the forearms press down onto your low back for a little support there. And then inhale, face forward, crown towards the ceiling. Stretch your toes back. Lift your chest forward and up. Just a little gentle back bend as much as your body wants. Feet are about hip width apart, just stretching out through the base of your toes. Come a little higher if you want with the top of your head as you press the chest forward. And then exhale, rotating back down. And when your forehead touches, you can release your arms. Take a moment and just breathe. And we're doing the same thing with the arms clasped the opposite way. So whichever one was on top or outside or whatever you consider it, do the opposite thing because it's really weird when you do it the other way. So again, forehead on the mat, feet hip width apart, arms clasped, just gently on your lower back. Inhale, face to the front, crown up, tuck that chin back, chest forward and up, shoulders down towards your waist. Shoulder blades also. Stretch out through the base of the toes, lift that chest and head. And then stretching out through your toes, lift the feet off the floor a little bit also. So just a little bit of a boat position. Lifting the heart, lifting the head, lifting the feet. Take a breath. If it gets too much, lower something and just relax. Otherwise, maybe a little bit higher. And exhale the feet down. Take another breath. Exhale the upper body down. When the forehead touches, release your arms. Bring your hands under your shoulders. And then press into your hands. And all the way into child's pose for a good forward bend. Stretch along the back of your body. Just take a moment there, just releasing and relaxing. And again, bringing your hands to the front, pivoting up, dropping into resting crocodile. All the way onto your belly, hands palms up, shoulders down, head turned. And again, a breath or two on one side, just as you relax everything, just noticing what your body is doing. Feet hip width apart. Exhale, turn your head to the opposite side. Again, just let that neck release on both sides evenly. Now this time we're going to turn the face toward the floor, but slide the chin forward. And you can turn your hands palms down and just put your fingertips under your thighs and bring your shoulders way down toward the floor. So feet are hip width apart. Focus on your right leg. Slide back through the base of your right toes and lift the right foot. Keep both hip bones pressing down toward the floor. And just lift that right leg as high as it wants to go with the knees straight. And the chin slid forward and the shoulders down. And just feel that low back getting a little bit more strengthening, working through it. Keep the base of the toes as your focus. Keep reaching it out. Lift a little higher if that works for you. And then still reaching out through the base of the toes. Exhale and slowly lower the leg back to the floor. As that leg gets all the way down, foot to the floor, you can tuck your chin in and bring your forehead to the neck to give a little release to the back of your neck. Exhale, tension. And of course, we're going to do the same thing with the other leg. So go ahead and slide the chin back forward, shoulders back down, all the way toward the floor. And feet hip width apart, stretching out through the base of the left leg, toes. So the left toes are stretching out as you lift that leg. Both hip bones stay down on the floor as you bring that leg up as high as it wants to go. Knees straight, chin forward. Unless that's too much on your neck, then you can put your forehead down and shoulders to the floor. Just lift it as high as it wants to go. Maybe lift a little higher as it gets a little bit easier as you keep stretching out through the base of your toes. Remember, personal practice, do what's right for your body. Keep breathing, lifting, stretching. Exhale any tension. And just sink your shoulders and your hips down. And then still stretching out through those base of the toes on the left leg. Slowly lower all the way to the floor. And again, when your foot gets all the way down, tuck your forehead to the floor and stretch the back of the knee. And then again, inhaling, chin sliding forward. Two options with your legs. You can keep your hands where they are, or you can clasp your hands underneath you and just press your whole pelvis down onto your forearms. That gives a little more stability. We're going to do both legs together. So once again, stretch out through the base of your toes. Keep reaching out as you lift your feet off the floor. Press down with those hips into the floor or your arms and lift the legs a little higher if that works for you. So remember, personal practice, they only need to go as far as they want to go. Chin sliding forward, feet rising, legs as straight as you find comfortable, but not a lot of bend in the knee. So don't lift your legs as high if you feel like you need to bend your knees. Just keep the knees straight and lift just a little bit or more, or as high as you want to go, whatever is tolerable and comfortable for your body. Remember, personal practice, do what's right for your body. Shoulders down toward the floor, hip bones pressing down, and feet rising. And then slowly reaching out through the base of the toes, still lower the legs. When the feet touch, turn your forehead toward the floor, release your arms, hands under your shoulders, and once more, a nice forward bend, child's pose, hips back to your heels, forehead to the floor, shoulders relaxing. Just let the whole back of your body stretch in child's pose, and don't forget to breathe. And we're going to go back to resting crocodile. So bring those hands out, pivoting up, dropping your hips, rolling. Just feel that whole spine articulate on the way down. Forehead to the floor, hands palms up, turn your head to one side. Just take a moment, relaxing completely in resting crocodile. And of course, turning your head after a couple of breaths so that your neck is getting evenly worked. Breathing and relaxing. And then bringing your forehead to the floor, feet hip width apart, bring your arms out, shoulder width apart, overhead on the floor. Forehead is down, arms are palms down toward the floor, and feet are hip width apart. We're going to stretch the hands and feet away from each other. And then focus on the opposite hand and foot. So one foot goes back and the opposite hand goes forward a little bit more. And then release that and do the other way. One hand forward, the other foot back. And again, release that and take a moment to breathe. And then we're going to stretch the legs back and the fingers forward on both arms, both feet. Just stretch it out really long. And then inhale, looking to the front. Raise the crown of your head toward the ceiling, chest forward and up a little bit. Hands can stay on the floor. And we're going to bring one foot up, reaching out through the base of those toes. So let's say it's the right foot. Stretch it out. And then bring the opposite arm. For me, it's the left arm because I raised my right foot. And stretch the fingers and toes of those appendages in opposite directions. Stretch it out, lengthening and breathing. And as you exhale, bring the hand to the floor and the foot to the mat, and take your forehead back down toward the floor. Take a breath as you get back into your relaxing position. And of course, get ready because we're doing the opposite side. Inhale, face forward, crown up. Tuck that chin back a little bit, chest forward and up, shoulders and shoulder blades towards your waist, as always coming into that light back bend in the upper body. Stretching out through the base of the left toes, lift the left leg, or whatever's the opposite one from the one we did before. Hip bones staying down. And again, the opposite arm from the it's the right. Bring it up near your ear, stretch it forward. Chest forward, crown high, lifting the hand and the foot as much or as little as you want to do. Take a breath, stretch it out a little bit more. Keep breathing. And when you're ready to release, bring your foot down and your hand down and the forehead to the floor. And take another breath. And again, just feel what's going on through the back of your body. And we're going to, of course, do a little bit more with both legs and arms together. So it's going to be a little bit more intense. So remember, if you don't want to go as high, that's perfectly okay. Do what's right for your body. So once again, hands are shoulder width apart, feet are hip width apart, forehead is on the floor. Inhale, face forward, crown up, tuck the chin, chest forward and crown high. Breathe. Stretch the legs back through the base of the toes, lift the feet off the floor. Stretch it out with those hip bones pressing down. Bring the hands up off the floor. Bring your arms up by your ears as much as you can. Stretch the fingers and the toes away from each other as you lift them toward the ceiling. Take a breath. Anytime you need to exhale back down, you can do that. Otherwise, just a little bit higher, maybe feeling that back doing some work. Take a breath. Exhale. Lowering the feet, the hands, and the forehead. As you get back onto the floor, just take a moment, bringing your hands back under your shoulders, and then pressing into your hands once more, and all the way back into child's pose. Take a breath. Just relaxing, letting your body soften and sink. And then inhaling, up, sliding off your feet, and into staff position. So sitting bones a little bit behind you, knees and toes up toward the ceiling. We'll warm up the hips a little bit more and do our diving dolphin because I know it's one of your favorites, Roxy. So foot to your upper leg, knee coming down. So remember, you can put a little extra weight, but not pressure with your hands on that leg if you like it coming down and working that hip a little more intensely. Or you can make it a little more gentle by bringing that front leg over to the side, but knee and toes still up if you do that. Or you can bring that padding a little bit more behind you. And just let the knee come toward the floor, getting that outside of your hip ready to do a little work. Take a breath. Exhale tension, relax your shoulders. Keep that core though active and your spine straight, reaching up through the crown. And then bringing your knee and foot into your hands or wrapping your arms around, rotate back and forth, getting that hip rotator on the outside of your hip warmed up a little bit more in that fluid there. So maximize or minimize, keep that leg out or low or up and in for your body, how much you want to do in that joint. And then release that. And again, get ready for the other side. Sitting bones behind you. Spine straight and stretching up through the crown. Shoulders relaxing down and flip to the other side. And coming toward the floor. And again, just as much or as little as you want. You may be up, that's okay. That means your hip is tight. Just let it do its thing. Don't force it. When you force, remember, things tighten. They don't go as well. You want to relax and just let it release. leg to the front or slightly to the side, whatever is right for you. Hands on there, but not pressing, just adding a little weight if you want that to happen. Always personal practice, whatever's right for you. Only go as far as you need to go. And again, bringing the foot and knee up, clasping around if you want, and again, rotating side to side. Maximize or minimize for your body, doing what's right for you. Getting it a little more intense if you love it, or not if you don't. And don't forget to keep breathing. And then releasing that leg, just take a moment, feeling the hips, what's going on as we get ready to dive for dolphin. So bring your foot to the inner thigh, so right foot to the inner left thigh, sitting bones behind you, knee over toward the side. Stretch up, keep that core active, keep that spine open, stretching your heart. And then bend your left leg, heel back near your left hip, not underneath it. And knee as much toward the center of the front as it wants to go. So this hip can be a little up because we're going to twist to the side to that first knee. So stretch that spine apart so it can twist, exhaling, turning toward that right knee. Hands on your leg or the floor, wherever it's comfortable. Ribs in, exhaling, tuck your chin, dive under your dolphin. So forehead toward your knee, rotate your face forward, inhale, lift your heart and come up to the sun and the sky. Shoulders always down towards your waist. Exhaling, forward bending as you dive under. Inhaling, backward bending as you come back up. And just this hip can be plenty up off the floor. That's no problem because that's what your twist does. So that you're not overworking that lower back. Diving under as you exhale, lifting as you inhale. And just feel your spine, let it relax as you go through your range of motion. And the next time you come to the top, just pause, exhale, turn back to the center, and release your legs. Take a moment as you get back into staff position, feeling what's going on from that twist energy, and diving dolphin. We're going to, of course, dive our dolphin to the other side. So bring your left foot to your inner right thigh, sitting bones behind you, spine stretching up. Take a breath, exhale, bend your front knee and bring the right heel near your hip. Sink down a little bit, but this hip can stay up. It's okay, so we can twist. Stretch through the spine so those bones separate. And exhale, turning toward your left knee. Hands on the leg or the floor, your twist, ribs back, round forward, tucking your chin, bring your forehead down toward the knee. Rotate your face to the front, lift the face and the chest coming up. Keep those shoulder blades still going toward your waist. And again, your breath, your pace, diving under as you exhale, lifting up to the sun and the sky as you breathe in. And just feel your body, feel your spine. Notice your hips working a little bit as well. Just always observing what your body is doing as you're going through your yoga range of motion in whatever position you're in. Feel your core, feel your heart, feel your lungs working. Don't forget to breathe. And then the next time you're at the top, pause there. Stretch it up, exhale around to the center, and release your legs back to the center. Take a moment, feeling all that twist energy, getting us ready for our relaxation. So bring your feet to the end of the mat. Activate your core as you roll all the way onto the floor. And just come into your corpse position, reclined integration. Sinking your whole body down into that surface beneath you. Deep breaths. Exhale intention. Lots of torso work, spine work today. Just let your belly relax, your spine, your shoulders, your chest. And everything just releasing and sinking, growing heavier as you breathe. Lower body relaxing completely, toes slightly up toward the ceiling. Hands, palms up slightly away from your side so those shoulders can sink down a little bit more, keeping that heart nice and open. You can move your chin around and let your neck release. Soften your face. And your tongue behind your upper teeth. And just let your whole jaw, face relax. As you breathe more deeply and let your body sink more fully into that surface beneath you, just let your heavy body disappear from your awareness, sinking into that earth support. As your body deepens into that earth connection, just let your awareness of your body go. As that happens, other thoughts will come to your mind. Let them go as well. It's the job of your mind to always produce thoughts. It's your choice whether you pay attention. So as you let the thoughts go, drift them away as easily as your breath without any awareness. And as you relax into the earth and you let your mind float freely, just allow your awareness to release your body and your mind. And let the focus turn inward, finding that peace within. Fill your body with peace and your mind with peace. So just take a few moments to be peace. If you have time today, keep relaxing. Just keep relaxing as long as you have the opportunity. And it's time to reactivate for the rest of the day. Just begin drawing energy and awareness with your breath back to the room. As you breathe more deeply, just begin moving your body gently. Your ankles, your wrists, your hands and feet, your arms and legs, however feels right for you. As you breathe more deeply and stretch more fully, just when you're ready for your yoga hug of appreciation, sitting those toward your heels, bending your knees, heels in by your hips, and then draw your knees toward your heart. Wrap your arms around however feels right for you today for that appreciative yoga hug. Let your body know you appreciate its yoga work and the work your body does for you every day. And when you're ready to release, letting your feet to the floor, rolling over to the side, and sitting back up, getting ready for whatever's ahead for you today. Thanks for joining me.